Hello, friends. This is Jim here with Science Talk, and I thought I would do an updated series of reports here for you involving plastics. As you know, I have been reporting to you a number of occasions the issue of plastics in the ocean and how plastics are found in the ocean from everywhere from the Arctic Ocean all the way down to the Marianas Trench. And also, even more problematic are the microplastics, which organisms can definitely ingest, get into their tissues, and cause serious physiological issues. So, the stories that I want to share with you today, I'm sure you probably have heard of these, but I want to give you some updates. The first one involves a pilot whale. A pilot whale uh, died after ingesting more than 80 plastic bags. The plastic bags basically clogged the stomach, and it basically was found floating in waters off Thailand. And this just occurred a couple of months back, just before, ironically, World Ocean Day on June 8th. Veterinarians did try to save the whale, but were unable to do so. Now, the whale somehow managed to cough up, spit up, what have you, 5 of the plastic bags, but that was insufficient. An necropsy showed that it had more than 8 kilograms of plastic bags and other human made trash in its stomach. And it's very likely that the whale simply mistook the plastic bags for food. And this is a statement by Regina Asmutis Silvia, who is the executive director of Whale and Dolphin Conservation North American operation. As the bags pile up in its stomach, it would give the sensation to the animal that it's full, but its stomach may be full, but there's nothing to be digested. There's no nutritional value being obtained, and in essence, the whale starts starving. I mean, basically, what does a pilot whale typically eat? Squid, fish, octopus, and the base of squid and octopus are cephalopods. The base of cephalopods and fish. So this is hardly an isolated incident, and just to give you a kind of a sense of thing, some 8 million kilograms of plastic waste ends up in the oceans annually. Let me repeat that: 8 million kilograms. That's how much shit we're throwing out into the ocean. In the US, the average person discards 84 kilograms of plastic trash. A good way to reduce this is to avoid single-use plastic. We've all heard lately, plastic straws using as gotcha questions on the campaign trail. But the point is, if you minimize the use of single-use plastics, that can help knock down how much trash is thrown away. Now, I wanted to also share with you that at least 300 marine animals die in Thai waters. This is just Thai, off Thailand, each year after ingesting too much plastic. Now, I am sure I am going to butcher this name, but I am going to try, so I will say this name slowly. Thon Thamron Nawasawat is a marine biologist and lecturer at Kasetsart University in Bangkok. And is this person who shared the statistics that 300 marine animals die in Thai waters every year. So that's one story. Okay. Now, I mentioned at the outset that plastic pollution is found everywhere from the Arctic Ocean And now down, it's been found in the Marianas Trench. I'm sure you've heard of this. I want to share with you some of the specifics. And I've done videos on plastics before, so if you just click on the video tab on my page and scroll down through the video library there, you can find those previous videos. I do not take down any of my videos. So you will see the very first video I've ever made with my weird backdrop that was suggested I change to how I'm doing things now, the progression of my channel. So, researchers have found the plastic in the Mariana Trench, and when you get into the deep, deep ocean, that's known as the Hadal Zone. Hadal Zone is like the abyss of the ocean. As it turns out, it's also a very large sink for especially microplastic debris on Earth. Now, the plastics found in the Mariana Trench near Challenger Deep, okay, was found by was microplastics, and it was Chinese researchers from Hainan, China, that made these discoveries. So the researchers go on to state that other recent studies have demonstrated the reach of human impacts into the Mariana Trench, with extraordinarily high levels of pollutants being found there, plastic being found in stomachs of deep sea creatures. Microplastics have also been found in Swiss mountains, tap water, and human feces. Now think about that. Microplastics found in human feces. That means we are ingesting it. So those plastic bottles, those one-use plastic bottles, those plastic water bottles, get rid of them. Switch to metal water bottles. I've already shared with you, how many, 8 million kilograms of plastics annually dumped into the oceans. Well, these researchers from the Institute of Deep Sea Science and Engineering in Hainan collected bottom water and sediment samples from 2,500 meters down to 11,000 meters below sea level. And just for comparison, Everest is 8,850 meters above sea level. So you can take Mount Everest, stick it in Challenger Deep, and you would still have plenty of water over the top of it. Their analysis was published in the journal Geochemical Perspectives Letters. And they found that the concentration of microplastics increased as the sample sites descended the trench. Now, the deeper they went, the higher the concentrations. At the bottom, they reached a maximum of 2,200 pieces per liter in sediments and 13 pieces per liter in water. So it's getting into the sediments, which, if you have any epibenthic or benthic organisms, poses risks to them. The researchers said the microplastics in the trench were likely to come from the industrialized nation in East Asia, including China and Japan. And if you've ever seen the videos from Challenger Deep, the trench is a narrow V-shaped abyss with basically a subduction zone, and which is very good at trapping particles. Earthquakes are common, and when you get earthquakes, you can shake the sediments around, maybe shake the sediments down into the trench. Most of the microplastics were fibers a few millimeters long. What are the sources? Clothing, bottles, packaging for whatever goods are being bought and consumed, fishing gear, right? Monofilament fishing lines, for example, or even seine nets. A lot of fishing gear is made out of monofilament fibers. Polyester was the most common plastic in the sediments, and polyethylene terephthalate. Polyester, clothing, right? And of course, polyethylene terephthalate and polyester used for bottles and clothing. And they were the ones that were most frequent in the water samples. That's microplastics. We know about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch on the surface. And it seems to be some indication of another one forming in the Atlantic, like in the Sargasso area. So, a lot of plastics, and this is a crisis. It's posing dangers to marine organisms, affecting their health, and it needs to be addressed. Okay, finally, a whale is found dead in Italy with 24 kilograms of plastic in its stomach. What were some of the items? Disposable dishes, corrugated tube, shopping bags, a detergent package with its barcode still visible. The whale in question was a dead sperm whale found off the coast of Italy. A whale, a young female, washed ashore in Porto Cervo, which is a seaside resort in the north of the Italian island of Sardinia. It was also carrying a fetus. So, sperm whales are already endangered due to overhunting, and now you lose a female carrying a fetus. Not good. A sperm whale that had died in Spain the previous year was found to have 30 kilograms of plastic trash in its digestive tract. And, other marine animals are washing up dead. Was off Indonesia, all over the place. The amount of plastic found in this whale's digestive tract was practically intact, and the proportion between the size of the animal and the ingested plastic is particularly significant. This is a statement from the World Wildlife Fund. Europe is the second largest producer of plastics in the world, dumping 150,000 to 500,000 tons of macroplastics, 70,000 to 130,000 tons of microplastics in the oceans, in the sea every year. Surveys suggest that this has left the Mediterranean with some of the highest microplastic pollution levels in the world. Now, partly in response to such findings, the European Union Parliament did recently vote to approve a ban on many single-use plastic products, including disposable plastic straws, cutlery, and plates. Those measures are scheduled to take effect by 2021. Sooner would be nicer. So, I wanted to just bring you those 3 reports, kind of an update as to the situation with plastics. It is a major problem. The other problem with plastic, in addition to ending up in animals' digestive tracts, is it takes a long time to decompose and break down. So they persist for some time. As I said just a short while ago, this is dangerous, poses dangers to organisms, and it is something humans definitely must deal with. The EU is taking the first step. We need all nations to do so. Thank you for your time. Hey folks, this is a reminder to please share my videos with others, and to also please tell others of my channel. Please subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so that you receive notifications when I upload new videos. I also hope that you will consider supporting the work that I do and supporting this channel by becoming a patron at patreon.com. Details in the description box below. Thank you for your support.